So are you moving to the Atlanta area and you've been looking at homes on Zillow that are in like the southeast area of Atlanta, and you're kind of wondering, what are these neighborhoods like? Well, that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you around the southeast Atlanta area, in particular areas called Candler McAfee and East Lake Terrace and Gresham Park. So those are the neighborhoods I'm going to hit up. So we're going to get right into it right now. But before I do, let me introduce myself. My name's Molly. I am a real estate agent, and welcome to my channel. If you want to follow along and know everything there is to know about living in the Atlanta area, make sure you hit that subscribe button and do me a favor and give this video a like. I really appreciate it. But if you are making a move here and you want help with your home purchase, reach out to me, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I'm waiting for you. I've been hearing from a lot of you and I can't wait to help you out. So, okay, you guys, I had someone in particular ask me, hey, there's a lot of homes I find that look really great. They're, $300,000 to $400,000. And what's up with these neighborhoods? So that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. And I am in an area just south of East Lake. If you haven't watched my East Lake vlog tour, well, check it out. That kind of gives you an area of reference. But this neighborhood is called East Lake Terrace. It's just south of East Lake. I'm going to put up a map here so you can see. This is about a 22-minute drive from like the Midtown area. But you can get there's really not a lot going on in this neighborhood in terms of things to do. But you are very close to some popular neighborhoods like Kirkwood. That is about a 7-minute drive. Decatur Square with all of the restaurants, it's about a 12-minute drive. There's also Oakhurst. And there's also a few restaurants there at 2nd and Hosea, which is over in the East Lake side. So you do have some options relatively close, but you don't have to pay those prices. Here, for example, in the East Lake Terrace, the median sales price is $355,000. So, if you are a first-time home buyer, this might be a great spot to seek out because you can get homes, in that $350,000 to $400,000 price point. Of course, there are some homes that go up from there, but I think the only highest sale in the East Lake area has been around the $700K mark. So, and there's only been a couple of those. So for the most part, you're going to get reasonably priced homes. But one thing is that most of these homes are going to be a little bit on the smaller side, at probably 1,500, 1,600 square feet. And there can be some funky layouts. I'm not going to lie to you there, but you get some really cute bungalow homes like this. And that's primarily what you're going to find is, bungalow homes like this, and they're actually building kind of a modern home here. So I'm going to just drive around here a little bit, walk a couple streets so you can kind of get a taste and a feel of what this neighborhood is like. I really think East Lake Terrace is a great spot. Like I said, it has a neighborhood feel. You're right across the street from the East Lake Golf Course, so that's really pretty. If you like to jog, you could easily get over there and jog around. East Lake Terrace does have a little pond, so I'm going to show you that here in a second. But yeah, you're going to get a variety of homes. Well, I would say more bungalow style. And that's a thing, this is not Buckhead, okay? So some of the yards are not going to be in pristine condition, and you're going to get a mix of homes. Like some are nicely updated and kept up, and then others really need some love. And if you're wanting that homogeneous look in a neighborhood, this probably won't be the best option for you. Any of these neighborhoods really, but if that's not a big deal for you, then that's fine. Then this might be an option for you. So let me go around the corner, show you the little lake area, and then we'll go look at a home example. Okay, so now I'm at the Bryant Memorial Park. This is just like a little pond around the East Lake Terrace neighborhood. Very pleasant. You'll always see a lot of people walking around here. There's some ducks and geese right there. So we got some friends here too. So a very little pleasant spot to walk around. I mean, I call this a pond. Do you call it a pond or do you call it a lake? I will call it a pond. I grew up in a small town in the country in Kansas. We call this kind of water ponds, but my husband will call it a lake. I don't know. What do you do? Put your comments down below. Is it a pond or a lake? Anyway, so this is the little lake that is, now I said it, lake, that is in the East Lake Terrace area. And you can kind of see what the view is of homes around here. One thing I would mention about the East Lake Terrace, you know, if you're wondering kind of what has the market been like in the East Lake Terrace area, it's actually gone up just like a lot of other Atlanta neighborhoods have. In fact, I'm going to put up a chart here so you can kind of see the progression of the median sales price in the East Lake area, but you're going to see that it has trended upwards. And in fact, since 2020, from 2020 to 2022, prices have increased 25%. So they jumped from $284,000 on average up to $355,000. So you can see that the prices here are even creeping up. So getting a home under $300K is really not an option here anymore. So if you have that budget of $300 to $400, you're still in the running, but who knows how long that will stay. You know, prices just seem to gradually increase in price. Okay, so this is the park here for you. Let me go show you a home example next. All right, I'm walking to a home example to show you real quickly. Just remember that it is not quite springtime yet, so the trees are still a little empty. It's not full bloom here, so use your imagination a little bit, but this is a beautiful day at the end of February, and believe it or not, we're gonna have rain here for the next couple of weeks. And that's one thing about Atlanta weather, especially kind of right before springtime. Like, we go in these like spurts of hot and then cold, hot and cold, and it just can't make up its mind. So it's really quite annoying. But okay, here is the home example for you. This is a recently renovated bungalow, super cute. This sold, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it sold for $429,000. It has a fairly normal layout with kind of like a galley kitchen, but it's open to the living room. It has granite countertops, white cabinets, pretty good, decent sized rooms, hardwoods throughout. So there's an example for you of kind of a recently renovated bungalow, and you can see like right behind me, that's kind of looks like they added on to that home. And this is not far from the lake that I was just at. And I would say like the roads, the streets around here, they're pretty quiet. You're not going to get a lot of cut through cars cutting through this neighborhood a lot. So let me go and show you a couple more home examples and we will go from there. All right, walking up to another home example. This one recently just sold. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a ranch home. It's just over 1,200 square feet. Sold for $369,000. It's right behind me right here. So it's a renovated ranch, like I said. It has updated cabinetry, granite countertops, hardwood floors again. That's kind of what you'll find with all of these renovated bungalows or ranch homes in this area. But ironically, what's funny is if I go up one more door here, the next door neighbor's home is that one sold for $650,000. It's also 2,500 square feet, so a lot bigger, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. So that is one thing that is kind of funky about this area, is that you're going to get a couple of newer homes that are going to sell for a lot more, but the majority of the homes in this area will be in that mid to upper 300s, 400K mark. This is a cool little mid-century modern home. I forgot to mention that this neighborhood is in, it's unincorporated DeKalb County, so it gets a Decatur as the city, but it's unincorporated DeKalb County. So you basically get a little bit of a cheaper tax price on your property taxes. So you do save a little bit there. But I think one thing you'll notice is you know, I am right at Glenwood Avenue, and when I cross the street and I get into the proper Eastlake area, it just definitely has a different vibe. Like the lawns are taken care of a little bit better, the homes get bigger, newer, that kind of thing. So you do kind of tell a difference. And actually, let me just hop in my car and you'll kind of see kind of the difference when I drive by. That's a cute home too. But we again are right by the Eastlake Golf Course. So let me just drive up this road, cross over, and you're going to kind of feel that difference. So that's one thing that, you know, if you can't afford Eastlake, this could be an option, and you're right close to, you know, these other options with, you know, more restaurants, that kind of thing, but you don't have to pay those prices. Could you tell the difference between skipping over from Lake Terrace over into Eastlake? Yeah? Anyway, I am a little further south now into the Candler McAfee neighborhood. Now, interestingly enough, the Lake Terrace is a small neighborhood within the Candler McAfee boundary lines. I don't really understand how that all works, but I am in the Candler McAfee area. And it's a lot of ranch homes. There's going to be some renovated ones, some non-renovated ones. You get pretty good sized lots. For example, the home I'm about to show you is like 0.3 acres. So you get a good sized yard. Again, some homes better kept than others. I would say a lot of the neighborhoods or streets that I drove around through here were actually quite pleasant, but here's the home example I want to show you right behind me. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, sold for $375,000, it's over 1,500 square feet. It has an open layout with quartz countertops in the kitchen, small baths, but updated large backyard. So there you go, and you can see like a nice renovated ranch over next door to it, and then you get kind of an older ranch across the street. So you kind of get a flavor and idea of the differences here. One thing I forgot to mention is you're probably wondering, you know, why are the prices so much lower here? Well, one thing I think is because the schools are not ranked as high. And in fact, I was just talking to a guy that lives here, and he said he's lived in this neighborhood for over 20 years. And he said that he sent his kids to private school. So I think, and he said there's a lot of clientele that lives here that's kind of older. It's, you know, they're starting to see some younger families move in here, but for the most part, kind of like an older clientele that lives in this neighborhood. But he did mention that, you know, things have slowly been changing in this neighborhood. It used to not be a great neighborhood to live in. And I mean, there's still going to be some crime activity. In fact, I have a friend who is an agent here. She lives in this neighborhood, and her house actually got broken into, and they stole some electronics. So, you know, I'm not saying this neighborhood is perfect. And, you know, there's definitely some things that are not great that happen in this neighborhood. But, you know, for the most part, I will say, like, walking around here, it's very calm and quiet. But yeah, things do happen. And I mean, this guy must like it enough that he's lived here for 20 plus years. If you're wondering where you'll go shopping, if you live around here, well, if you're in the East Lake Terrace, you'll probably go over to the Publix that's in the East Lake neighborhood. But otherwise, if you're more in the Candler McAfee area, you may be hitting up the Belvedere Plaza. This has a Planet Fitness, a Kroger, there's an Aldi's across the street, there's a bunch of little shops around here, and catty corner from here is a Walmart. Now, if you live in this area, there are a series of green spaces and parks, and I'm in one of them. This is called Shoal Creek Park 1. There's actually a Shoal Creek Park 2 and a 3. I got clips of all of them. I will say Shoal Creek Park 1 is the best. It has a really nice playground. In the background, you can see there are some baseball fields. There's a basketball court. Shoal Creek Park 2, it's a little older, but it has actually a really good basketball court and a tennis court. Pretty sure I saw a couple of guys smoking a joint in the parking lot of that one. And then the Shoal Creek Park 2, which is a little further south, that one was definitely a lot more run down. There was an older basketball court, older playground equipment that I think was parts of it weren't working that well. But leading up to this one, this is on the northern side of the Shoal Creek Park 1. There is actually a really cute neighborhood driving into it. It's called White Oak Hills. And these homes in here sell, I think I saw one recently sold in the 500K range. They're a little bit newer homes, 2-story. They're really pretty, craftsman style homes. So that could be another option if you have a little higher budget. A very adorable street. And I have some friends that live in this neighborhood, and they have like a cute little community neighborhood, like get-togethers every once in a while. So that can be an option for you. Okay, that is all I have for the Candler McAfee area and the East Lake Terrace area. Now I'm going to head a little further south, just hop over on I-20 on the other side and show you Gresham Park real quick. All right, so now I am in Gresham Park. This is just south of I-20. It's just south of East Atlanta Village. And I think a lot of people will seek out living in Gresham Park because they can't afford East Atlanta Village, and Gresham Park is a little bit more affordable. The median sales price in Gresham Park is $342,000. And for the most part, you're gonna find a lot of ranch style homes like this one. That's a really cute one. So you can find some really cute ranch style homes. I'm gonna show you an example here in a little bit that's, you know, in the 300K price point. Here you can go up to East Atlanta Village. It's about an 8 to 10 minute drive. So that's what a lot of people will do is they live here, and if they want to enjoy some restaurants, nightlife, that thing, they go into East Atlanta Village. I've shown you kind of, what's the neighborhood called? It's right kind of on the edge of Gresham Park, and there's like a neighborhood with like newer homes. I've shown this in the East Atlanta tour, my vlog tour, but that's kind of on the edge of this neighborhood. So if you want something newer, that would be an option. Otherwise, you're probably gonna get these 1950, 1960 ranch homes. And I've got like a little chihuahua barking at me. But Gresham Park, you know, it's slowly been advancing in price point. In fact, since 2020 to 2022, the home values have increased over 25%. It's already been increased $26,000 in 2023. So, you know, this is an area, again, that not a lot going on here, just a neighborhood. And there's been some, you know, crime in this area. It's gotten better, but I believe it was an agent I was talking to, I think it was in this area. He was staging a home, and someone broke in the middle of the afternoon, stole all of the staging furniture, which he said was a first for him. But so I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. Things do happen in some of these areas. But other things in Gresham Park, you know, Walmart, that's just on the other side of I-20. Hey, dog. And that's kind of like the closest shopping area. There's a Kroger over in the East Atlanta area, and that would be kind of your closest access points. I will say, coming into Gresham Park off of I-20, not the prettiest of sights. There's kind of some abandoned shops, but once you get past that, it gets a little bit better. So, okay, let me show you this home example next. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick because I got a dog barking over there and then a little chihuahua parking at me up front. So this home example, this is a home that sold for $300,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,500 square feet. It's on a half an acre lot, so you can get some pretty big size lots over here. It had granite countertops, maple cabinets, and hardwood flooring. So there you go. There's an example of what you can get in Gresham Park. Now I'm gonna do a quick drive through this neighborhood. There's not much more to show you. It's just homes. So I'm just gonna drive through a couple of streets so you can see what you get in this area. So that's Gresham Park for you in a heartbeat. I mean, it's just streets and streets of the 1950s, 1960s ranch homes. But again, the allure is the home prices are a little lower, so you can live a little bit more affordably here, and you can still get up into the East Atlanta Village for some nightlife, some food, that kind of thing. Just a quick drive away. Hey, here's some craftsman style homes. Not a lot of those in this neighborhood, but there are a few. So another thing that's keeping the price point down in this area, you know, besides there's just not a lot to do here, but also the school systems here, again, are not ranked very highly according to some of the online school ranking systems. So there's that as well. But yeah, there you go. That's kind of a brief tour of some of these neighborhoods in the southeast area of Atlanta. In case you were wondering, you know, it may not be for you, but you know, if it's you're a first-time home buyer and you're just trying to get into the city of Atlanta, this could be some options for you. And there are some really cute homes, cute streets. It can be kind of block by block, street by street basis, but I'd say there's a good mixture of young people and older people. Probably, you know, I'd say like there's more younger people starting to move in, but I'd say a lot of these areas have probably have some older clientele that have just lived here for years and years and years. But there you go, you guys. Whether you're making a move tomorrow or next year and you have questions, reach out to me, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I'm here to help you out. So you guys, I can't believe how warm it is. I need to put on some shorts. So until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.